The hidden cry in the hangar. The hangar was quiet. Too quiet. The giant metal doors were closed, and only soft yellow lights hung from the ceiling. They flickered sometimes, making long shadows on the cold floor. Outside, space was dark and endless. Inside, only machines slept. Ethan was still working. He was a human mechanic, tall but tired, with oil on his hands and dust on his jacket. He had worked here for years. This hangar was old, forgotten by most people. Big ships came here only when no one else wanted them. Ethan liked it that way. No officers, no noise, no trouble. He finished checking a cargo loader and wiped his hands. His shift was almost over. Just 5 more minutes, he told himself. Then he heard it. A sound. Ethan froze. It was not metal, not a machine, not air pressure. It was a cry. Very soft, very weak, almost like someone trying not to be heard. Ethan turned off his tool. The sound came again. This time, clearer. A small sound. A scared sound. Hello, Ethan said slowly. No answer. The hangar was big. Sounds echoed here. His heart beat faster as he walked forward. His boots made loud steps on the metal floor, and he hated the noise. The cry came from behind a stack of broken cargo crates. Ethan stopped. His hand moved slowly toward the light on his wrist. Not a weapon, just a lamp. He didn't want to scare whoever or whatever was there. Hey, he said softly. I won't hurt you. The sound stopped. For a moment, there was only silence. Then something moved. Ethan took 1 step closer, and then he saw it. Behind the crate, curled into a small shaking shape, was a creature. A baby dragon. Ethan's breath stopped. It was small, no bigger than a human child. Its scales were dark blue and cracked in many places. One wing was bent badly, and dried blood covered the thin skin. Its tail was wrapped tightly around its body, like it was trying to disappear. The dragon baby looked up. Its eyes were huge, bright gold, full of fear. The baby pulled back, pressing itself against the metal wall. A low, broken sound came from its throat. Not a roar, not fire. Just fear. Ethan didn't move. Everyone in the galaxy knew dragons. They burned cities. They destroyed fleets. They ruled star systems. And yet, this one looked like it had not eaten in days. The dragon opened its mouth and spoke. The words were slow, broken. Please don't hurt me. Ethan felt something twist inside his chest. The baby expected pain, expected death. Ethan slowly sat down on the floor, a few steps away. I'm not going to hurt you, he said again. I promise. The dragon baby watched him carefully. Its body shook. A weak spark appeared in its mouth, then faded. No fire came. The baby looked confused. Ethan noticed something important. There were burn marks on the floor. Old ones. Someone had chased this child. Someone had tried to force fire out of it. Where did you come from? Ethan asked quietly. The dragon baby swallowed. I ran, it said. I said, I was wrong. Ethan's eyes moved to the broken wing. Who did this to you? The baby closed its eyes. My kind, it whispered. Ethan had fixed many broken machines in this hangar. He knew damage when he saw it. That wing was not an accident. It was punishment. The baby tried to stand, failed, and fell back with a weak cry. Its claws scraped the floor in panic. Hey, Ethan said quickly. Easy. You're safe. No one else is here. That was when Ethan heard something else. A deep sound. Far away. A ship engine. Ethan stood slowly and looked up at the hangar sensors. Something big had just entered the system. The dragon baby saw his face change. They found me, it said, shaking. Please don't give me back. Ethan looked at the small creature on the floor. He thought about dragon law, about human warnings, about fear. Then he thought about something simpler. A scared child was hiding in his hangar, and the galaxy was about to knock on the door. Ethan turned off the hangar lights and made a decision. The reason the dragon baby was running. The hangar lights went dark. Only one small red emergency light stayed on, blinking slowly. The shadows grew long and deep. The silence felt heavy. Ethan moved fast but careful. He closed the side door and locked it. His hands were steady, but his heart was not. The sound of the ship engine outside grew louder, then softer, like it was searching. The dragon baby watched him with wide eyes. You hiding? The baby asked. Yes, Ethan said quietly. Both of us. The baby pulled its broken wing closer to its body. Its breathing was fast. Fear was written on every scale. They will smell me, the baby whispered. They always do. Ethan looked at the small creature again. He noticed more now. Old scars, burn marks on the chest. One horn was cracked at the tip. This baby had not been protected. It had been tested. Tell me what happened, Ethan said. Slowly, the dragon baby stayed silent for a moment. Then it spoke like each word hurt. My name is KRYX. Ethan nodded. Okay, KRYX. I'm Ethan. KRYX looked confused. You give name first. That's how humans do it, Ethan said. KRYX blinked. Then he nodded, like he was saving that information. I was born different, KRYX said. Ethan sat down again, staying at the same distance. Ow! KRYX opened his mouth slightly. A weak glow appeared deep in his throat. Then it died. No fire, KRYX said softly. Only pain. Ethan felt his stomach tighten. All dragons have fire, KRYX continued. At birth. Mine never came. Ethan already knew what that meant. In dragon culture, fire was life. Fire was honor. Fire was power. No fire meant failure. They said I was broken, KRYX said. They said I was a waste of scale. The hangar shook lightly as something heavy moved outside. Ethan looked up at the ceiling. KRYX flinched. They test us, KRYX said quickly. To wake the fire. Ethan's jaw tightened. Test how? KRYX's claws dug into the floor. They burn, he whispered. They hurt us until fire comes, or until we stop moving. Ethan didn't speak. KRYX continued, his voice shaking. They tied me down. They cut my wing so pain would wake the flame. It did not. Ethan's fists clenched. They said I was cursed, KRYX said. They marked me. He turned his shoulders slightly. On his scales was a dark symbol, burned deep into the skin. A mark of death. Marked dragons are not allowed to live, KRYX said. But my mother... His voice broke. She helped me run. Ethan leaned forward. Your mother? KRYX nodded slowly. She hid me in cargo ships. She told me humans were cruel, but kinder than dragons. That sentence hit Ethan hard. What happened to her? Ethan asked. KRYX shook his head. Tears ran down his small face. They took her when I escaped. The hangar sensors beeped softly. A scan wave passed over the building. Ethan cursed under his breath. They're close, he said. KRYX looked at him, fear turning into something else. Hope. You can give me back, KRYX said. They will not hurt you. Ethan laughed quietly. Not because it was funny, because it was sad. That's not how humans work, he said. KRYX tilted his head. You are not afraid? Ethan thought about dragon warships, about burn planets, about how small he was. I am, he said honestly. But fear doesn't decide everything. Another scan wave hit the hangar. Stronger this time. A deep voice echoed outside, amplified and cold. Human structure. We sense a marked one inside. KRYX froze. Ethan stood up. Stay behind me, he said. They will kill you, KRYX whispered. Maybe, Ethan replied. But not today. The voice came again. Human. Step aside. The creature is property of dragon law. Ethan looked at the ceiling and spoke clearly. He's not property. Silence followed. Then the voice answered, darker now. You protect a failed dragon? Ethan didn't hesitate. I protect a child. The hangar doors began to heat up. Metal groaned. KRYX felt something strange in his chest. Not fire. Something else. Something waking up. And outside the hangar, the galaxy held its breath. The moment humans should have stepped back, the hangar doors glowed red. Heat spread across the metal like a slow fire. Bolts screamed as they expanded. Outside, something very powerful was waiting. Ethan stood in front of KRYX. He did not raise a weapon. He did not run. He simply stood there. Stay close, Ethan said quietly. KRYX obeyed. The dragon baby moved behind Ethan's legs, holding his jacket with shaking claws. His broken wing dragged on the floor. Outside, the dragon voice spoke again, louder now. Human. Last warning. The lights flickered. Ethan looked up at the ceiling camera and spoke clearly. You don't get him. Silence followed. Then the temperature jumped higher. The door shook. KRYX whimpered. They will burn the door, then me. Ethan nodded. I know. He pressed a button on his wrist. A soft beep answered. The hangar's old defense system came online. Not strong, not impressive, but human-made. Human defenses are useless, the dragon voice said. Step aside. Ethan didn't reply. He remembered something then. Every human who ever worked this hangar. Every ship repaired and forgotten. Every time humans were told to step back. Ethan placed one hand on the floor. Listen to me, KRYX, he said. No matter what happens, don't move. KRYX looked up at him. Why? Because sometimes, Ethan said, humans don't step back. The hangar door exploded inward. Metal flew. Fire rushed in like a living thing. Ethan was thrown across the floor. Pain shot through his body. KRYX screamed. The dragon's soldiers entered. They were massive, tall, armored in black scales and gold plating. Their eyes burned with controlled fire. They looked at Ethan, then at KRYX. The marked one, the leader said. Take it. One dragon stepped forward. KRYX felt his chest tighten. Something inside him screamed. Not fear, anger. The dragon reached out and stopped. A faint silver light appeared around KRYX. The dragon froze. What is this? It hissed. Ethan coughed and pushed himself up. KRYX was shaking, but the light stayed. The dragon baby's breathing slowed. For the first time in his life, pain faded. The leader dragon stepped closer, confused. That energy, it is not fire. KRYX lifted his head. I don't want to go back, he said. The silver light grew brighter. The floor cracked beneath his claws. Ethan stared. That was not dragon power. It was not human tech. It was something else. Contain it, the leader shouted. The dragons attacked. Human defense turrets fired weak bursts. The silver light reacted. A wave pushed outward. Dragons slammed into walls. Fire systems failed. The hangar fell silent. KRYX collapsed. Ethan ran to him. KRYX. The baby dragon was breathing, but unconscious. The silver light faded, leaving burned marks on dragon armor. The leader dragon stepped back, fear in its eyes. This should not exist. Ethan looked up, blood on his face. He's alive, he said. That's enough for me. The dragon leader activated a communicator. Report to the Empress, it said. The marked one is not cursed. Ethan's heart skipped. The word Empress changed everything. The dragon leader looked at Ethan one last time. You have protected something dangerous, human. Ethan met its gaze. Then stop hurting children, he said. The dragons retreated. The hangar was destroyed. Smoke filled the air. KRYX slowly opened his eyes. Ethan, he whispered. I'm here, Ethan said. Outside the system, a message traveled faster than light. A new kind of dragon had awakened, and the Dragon Empress was already on her way. When the Dragon Empress spoke, the sky above the human colony went dark. Not because of night, because something massive blocked the stars. People stopped walking. Ships froze in the air. Even the wind felt afraid. A single shape filled the sky. The Dragon Empress had arrived. Her warship was larger than the colony itself. Its hull burned with slow red light, like a sleeping sun. Ancient symbols glowed across the metal, symbols older than human space travel. Every screen in the colony turned on at once. A voice filled the air. Calm, cold, powerful. I'm a Dragon Empress, the voice said. Return what belongs to us. Inside the ruined hangar, Ethan held KRYX close. The baby dragon was awake now, but weak. The silver light was gone. Only his fast breathing showed he was alive. She's here because of me, KRYX whispered. Ethan shook his head. She's here because of her loss. The ground shook as a beam of red light scanned the hangar. Walls cracked. Old machines fell apart. The Emperor spoke again, now directly. Human, you protected a marked dragon. Ethan stood slowly. Yes. You interfered with dragon judgment. Yes. Silence followed. Then the voice softened. Step aside. I will end this quickly. Every human leader in the colony begged Ethan through his calm. Give the child back. We can't fight her. Please. Ethan looked down at KRYX. The baby dragon looked smaller than ever. They will kill me, KRYX said. I don't want to die. Ethan felt the weight of the galaxy on his shoulders. He looked up at the sky. No, he said. The colony went silent. The Empress paused. No, she repeated. He stays, Ethan said. You don't get to decide his life. A low sound echoed from the warship. Laughter. You are brave, the Empress said. Or foolish. A massive shadow moved. The hangar roof ripped open like paper. Heat poured in. The Empress descended. She was enormous, taller than buildings. Her scales shimmered with royal fire. Her eyes burned with ancient intelligence. She looked at KRYX. Her fire dimmed. That child should not live, she said slowly. He has no fire. KRYX lifted his head. I have something else, he whispered. The Empress froze. What did you say? The ground beneath KRYX cracked. A thin silver glow returned, weak but real. The Empress stepped back. That energy, I have only seen it once. Ethan stared at her. Then stop hurting him. The Empress's voice grew sharp. Human, this changes nothing. Dragon law exists to keep our species strong. Ethan answered without fear. Then your law is wrong. The words hit harder than weapons. Dragon soldiers moved forward. Human defense systems powered up. War stood one breath away. The Empress raised one claw. Everything stopped. She looked at Ethan. Why protect him? She asked. Ethan didn't think. Because he asked, he said. The Empress stared at the baby dragon. For the first time in centuries, doubt entered her eyes. I will not destroy this world, she said. Not yet. Relief spread through the colony. But then she added, I will test him. KRYX's heart raced. If he fails, both of you die. The Empress turned toward the stars. Prepare the trial. Her warship lifted, shaking the planet. The sky cleared. But the danger grew, because dragon trials were never meant to be survived, and no human had ever stood beside one before. The trial meant to kill. The dragon warship opened its core chamber. Inside, there was no mercy. The floor was black stone, cracked by old fire. The walls were covered in marks, deep scars left by creatures that never walked out. The air itself felt heavy, like it was judging every breath. This was the dragon trial. Dragons believed only fire proved worth. Only pain showed truth. Only survival mattered. KRYX stood at the center of the chamber. He looked very small. Chains of glowing red energy wrapped around his broken wing and legs. Not tight enough to hold him still, but enough to hurt if he moved. The mark on his scales burned like fresh fire. Ethan stood outside the barrier. Human guards tried to pull him back. You can't be here, they whispered. This is dragon law. Ethan didn't move. If he dies, Ethan said quietly, I stay. The dragon empress watched from above. Her eyes were cold again. The trial begins, she said. The floor opened. Heat rushed upward. Fire spirits formed from the ground, shapes made of burning energy. They had no faces, only hunger. KRYX felt fear grip his chest. He had seen this before. Other young dragons screaming. Fire forced into their mouths. Silence after failure. I can't, KRYX whispered. The spirits moved closer. Release fire, the Empress commanded. Or be consumed. KRYX opened his mouth. Nothing came. Pain struck his body. The chains tightened. He screamed. Ethan slammed his fists against the barrier. Stop this. The Empress ignored him. Again, she said. KRYX tried. Still nothing. The fire spirits attacked. One struck his side. Scales burned. KRYX fell. The chamber echoed with dragon voices. Failure. Cursed. End it. KRYX lay on the floor, shaking. Then he heard Ethan's voice. Not loud. Not angry. Just steady. Breathe, Ethan said. Don't force it. The Empress narrowed her eyes. This is not human training. No, Ethan said. It's survival. KRYX listened. He stopped trying to make fire. He stopped fighting the pain. He remembered the hangar. The quiet. The kindness. Something inside him shifted. Not heat. Not rage. Connection. The chains cracked. Silver light leaked through. The fire spirits screamed. The chamber shook. What is this? The Empress demanded. KRYX stood. The silver light surrounded him fully now, soft, calm, alive. The fire spirits vanished. The mark on his scales burned away. The chain shattered. Silence filled the chamber. KRYX looked at the Empress. "I'm not broken," he said. The Empress stared. In hundreds of years, no dragon had ever spoken during the trial. Dragon nobles erupted in anger. "This power is unnatural. He is dangerous. He must die." The Empress raised her claw. They fell silent. She stepped closer to KRYX. "You did not use fire," she said slowly. "You used something older." KRYX looked at Ethan. Ethan nodded. "You listened," Ethan said. The Empress turned to the Dragon Council. "Our law failed," she said. The chamber exploded in shouting. "This changes everything. Humans have corrupted him. This is treason." The Empress's eyes hardened. "No," she said. "This is evolution." She looked at Ethan. "You interfered again, human." Ethan met her gaze. "And he lived again," Ethan said. The Empress gave a slow, dangerous smile. "The galaxy will not accept this," she said. "War will come." Ethan didn't flinch. "Then we'll stand," he replied. KRYX stepped forward. "I don't want war," he said. "I want to live." The Empress looked at the child, then at the stars. Then she made a choice that shocked both species. "Prepare a declaration," she said. "The trial is complete." And across the galaxy, ancient laws began to crack. When humans chose a side, the Dragon Empress's declaration spread across the galaxy in minutes. Some worlds went silent. Others burned with anger. Dragon nobles called it heresy. Old fleets refused her command. Ancient houses prepared for war. The problem was no longer KRYX. The problem was what he proved. Inside the human colony, fear returned stronger than before. Dragon ships gathered at the edge of the system. Not one, but many. Some carried the Empress's mark. Others carried no mark at all. They were not united. Ethan watched the sky from the colony tower. KRYX stood beside him, smaller than ever in the open light. The silver glow inside the child flickered, unstable. "They will come for me again," KRYX said. "Yes," Ethan replied, "but not alone." Human leaders argued in council chambers. "We should give the child back. This is not our war. We cannot fight dragons." Ethan stood before them. "You already chose," he said, "the moment you didn't turn away." A warning siren screamed. Unmarked dragon ships jumped into orbit. They did not speak. They fired. The first strike hit the colony shield. The sky flashed white. Buildings shook. People screamed. Human defense fleets launched, small, fast, fragile. Against dragons, they should have died. But they didn't run. Human pilots flew straight into dragon fire, pulling attention away from the colony. Ships exploded. New ones took their place. KRYX watched in horror. "They will die for me," he whispered. "They choose to," Ethan said. A dragon strike team breached the surface. They came for KRYX. Human soldiers formed a wall. No power armor. No ancient weapons. Just bodies and belief. "Stand down," a dragon commander roared. "You cannot win." A human captain stepped forward. "We're not trying to." The fight was brutal. Humans fell. Dragons fell. Blood burned the ground. Then something changed. Human medics ran onto the battlefield. Not to fight, to help. They treated wounded dragons. Wrapped burns. Stopped bleeding. Saved lives. Dragon soldiers froze. "No human has ever done this," one whispered. The silver light inside KRYX surged. Not violently. Calmly. It spread. Wounded humans stood again. Wounded dragons felt pain fade. Across the battlefield, fighting slowed. Confusion replaced rage. A message cut through all channels. The Dragon Empress. "This war ends now," she commanded. Some dragon fleets obeyed. Others fired at her warship. The first dragon civil war began. Ethan looked at KRYX. "They're killing each other," he said. KRYX shook his head. "They're choosing," he replied. The Empress's ship took damage. A traitor fleet aimed its main cannon. KRYX felt something snap inside him. Not fear. Decision. He stepped forward. "I can stop it," he said. Ethan grabbed him. "You might die." KRYX met his eyes. "Then it means something." KRYX raised his small claws. The silver energy exploded outward. Not as a weapon. As a command. Dragon weapons shut down. Human systems stabilized. Every being in orbit felt it. A voice echoed in their minds. Enough. Silence followed. The trader fleet powered down. The Empress bowed her head. You are not a child anymore, she said. KRYX collapsed. Ethan caught him. The war ended. But the cost had been paid in blood. And the galaxy would never forget who chose to protect, not dominate. The kindness that changed the galaxy. The galaxy did not celebrate the end of the war. It mourned. Broken ships floated in space like silent graves. Burned ground still smoked on the human colony. Names of the dead were read in quiet rooms where no flags waved. Ethan stood alone at the edge of the hangar. The same hangar where everything began. It was repaired now, but the floor still carried old marks, scratches from claws, burns from fire, and one cracked line where silver light had touched the ground. KRYX slept nearby. The dragon child lay on a simple human bed, breathing slowly. His scales had changed. They were no longer dark blue. Thin silver lines now ran through them, glowing softly with each breath. Doctors, human and dragon, watched him carefully. They did not understand him. They respected him. The Dragon Empress arrived without warning. No warship this time. Just her. She walked into the hangar, smaller than before, her fire low. Ethan did not bow. He never had. You saved him, the Empress said. Ethan shook his head. He saved himself. She looked at KRYX. No, she said. You taught him how. Outside, dragon leaders argued. Some demanded KRYX be studied. Others demanded he be destroyed. Many feared him. The Empress raised her voice once. Silence followed. Dragon law has failed, she declared. Strength without mercy nearly ended us. The words shocked the galaxy. Dragon law had stood for millions of years. She continued. From this moment, no dragon child will be judged by fire alone. Old houses protested. Ancient bloodlines threatened rebellion. The Empress did not move. Any who refuse, she said calmly, will face me. They bowed. Across the stars, the law changed. Weak was no longer a death sentence. Different was no longer cursed. KRYX woke as the declaration ended. He looked at Ethan. Did I do wrong? He asked. Ethan smiled softly. You did right, he said. KRYX thought for a moment. Then I want to stay, he said. With humans. The Empress raised an eyebrow. Ethan waited. She nodded. Learn from them, she said. They fight without claws. They protect without fire. Years passed. KRYX grew, not into a weapon, into a bridge. He spoke for dragons who could not. He stood for humans who never bowed. The galaxy learned a new fear. Not of dragons, not of humans, but of what happened when kindness met courage. Ethan remained a mechanic. No statues, no medals, just a quiet hangar and a life well lived. And in the end, when children asked how the galaxy changed, the answer was always the same. A scared dragon baby hid in a human hangar, and a human chose not to look away.